In a studio that's in a basement comes the epic story of how two friends changed the future of the movie podcast game forever. The reviews are in. Boys Life magazine gives the High Sci podcast 4.5 acorns. The Daily Bugle says, these guys are super legit. And Pope Francis declares the podcast as life-affirming. From the kid who tried to get smart with David Spade and got fucking owned.
You're still out. You're still bad.
And the guy who can name all four Baldwin brothers.
Alec, William, Daniel, and the baby boy, Stephen.
Live from the studio of his parents' basement. The Have You Seen It podcast.
Well, Mason,
We're here.
happy
Back in the studio.
happy September 11th.
I'm not very happy.
Well, I mean-
Here's the thing, though. If September 11th were a person, it'd be illegal today.
Oh,
18
it
years.
would. 18
That's
years.
a little dark. That's actually
Still can't
very
drink,
dark.
though.
Nope, still can't drink. No.
Old enough to go fight the people that
Yes,
committed.
but not old enough to have a beer for your country.
Wild.
Very, very
wild
strange.
time. And what better day to bring up some good news that we have than maybe the most depressing day in America.
Besides December 7th.
Although,
Those
you know what?
two dates are very,
I really
very
do
sad.
think that nowadays, September 11th, it's more of a pride thing than
Yeah,
it
it's like a
is.
patriot.
Exactly,
It's like as fucked up as it is to say, it's like a patriotic day.
Exactly,
where,
yeah.
like, you are
Not only
proud
that,
to be
for
an
other
American
countries,
because,
too.
Yeah, it's kind of like the never forget thing.
Exactly. It's more the thing that I think at this point we're not, although it's devastating what happened, I think
Yes.
we're not mourning still.
No.
Now we're more just
Now we're more
fired
like
up.
America. Yeah. Like, we're never going to have that happen again on our turf.
And yeah, so why not on this day talk about get some really good news.
Yeah,
actual
very good
actual
news
good news
for us. Yeah.
Some-
Because we just recently started, like, really working on our YouTube channel.
yeah.
About 2 months now where we post 5 days a week.
And it
Monday
might
through
not be a
Friday.
big deal for, like, say, a PewDiePie or,
Oh, yeah,
or
or a
anyone
Logan
else.
Paul
Or
or
maybe
someone
for
like
anyone
that,
else.
yeah.
But for us...
For us, it is a big deal.
For us, it's a huge
Yeah.
deal. Absolutely.
We have gotten to a point now where we have gained about 85 subscribers over that little period of time. We just hit 100 subscribers.
Yeah.
We're actually up to 106 subscribers on YouTube now. So a big our first real milestone on
Yeah.
YouTube that we hit. And we just wanted to take a second to really just bring it up and thank everyone.
And thank all those 100 people that subscribed, and the people that have always listened to us from the very start.
From the start, the OG listeners.
We
appreciate you.
It might be a small one, but it is a capstone.
It is.
It is something that we've been working towards,
Yep.
at least.
And our next goal is 250 subscribers by the end of the year.
Yep.
And I think we're going to be able to hit that. I think we'll do that.
So
Because
if those 100 people each tell one other person, and then that person tells half a person,
Yes.
we'd have 250 people.
just make sure you only tell half a person if you were the second
I don't
person
know if
to
you
hear
know
that.
any little people or something. We got to get that half, or maybe toddlers even.
Toddlers,
We
I
got to
think,
get
would
that.
be- yeah, definitely.
We got to get that 250 mark. We got to get there. But
Well, the thing is, we're always trying to constantly grow and evolve our channel, our YouTube channel, our podcast. We post Monday, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. And we decided, Cash, recently we've been working on a little project behind the scenes. We'll give a little
Behind-
tidbit today. We won't give all the
TBS.
information out. But we will be holding an event for our 200th podcast episode next month in October. And we may be doing a new YouTube segment
yeah.
a little bit later on here.
Well, we're gonna try it out for sure for first, but tell people what we're gonna try to do.
We're going to try to do a movie trivia game night
Yeah.
for the podcast for our 200th episode. We'd like to have 3 teams here of 2.
We're gonna invite some local celebs.
Yeah, local celebrities.
All the local
yes,
celebrities
on the podcast.
The highest celebrities we know, we will be inviting on.
It'll be it'll be a multi-camera shoot. We'll have questions ready. We'll have a wheel spin. We have different categories.
Yep.
We have all of our rules written out for our trivia game night. And a little tidbit too is we will probably have 2 or 3 competitions that, end up at a certain place, and the winner is going to win a really cool trophy.
They are.
It's actually not even a trophy.
Not even a trophy.
It is the Have You Seen It strap.
Yep.
And if you know what a strap is,
It's not a gun.
it's not a gun. No, a strap is
We don't have a.
giant
We're not building a
championship
custom
belt.
pistol. A custom have you seen it pistol? Yeah, we're
We're
gonna
gonna be
try.
having a championship
Yeah,
belt.
we're gonna try to do a competition to see just who out there really knows their goddamn movie trivia, and it's
then
gonna be fun. We're
it
gonna
will
try
be
to
fun.
do fun categories and fun questions even, and
Definitely.
questions I think are gonna be mainly from around our time.
And it's kind of a give back too to people who watch us and stuff. Be like, yeah, if you know a lot about movies and are interested about trivia, it'd be fun for them to watch and experience it
Yep.
too. So you can hear all the questions, you can answer them yourself, and play at home as well.
And we are doing Aztec rules. The 2 losing teams will be sacrificed in a
It is our
blood ritual.
a blood ritual. We must have to sacrifice 2
Yes,
Zulu.
we do commit to the Mayans. We do what the Mayans did, of course.
We do.
God bless them. We owe them everything. They invented calendars.
And the calendar is the biggest thing.
They're not very good at keeping them up to date.
no,
I'll
they
tell you that
weren't.
much.
No, I know.
They,
2012. Come on.
stopping after 2,000 years.
It's
put
lazy.
some work in.
It's lazy. That's what it is.
You're going to finish the marathon. You ran 26 miles. Finish the
Finish
marathon.
it,
Yeah, if you're going to do it. But we don't need to get into that. 'Cause we can talk all day about those
We
lazy
really
Mayans. We don't want to get into it. But yeah, it's going to be a fun competition.
It will be. I'm really looking forward to it. We're going to be doing a lot of work this month on it.
Yeah.
And it should be a fun time. So those are some of the announcements for the podcast. We figured we'd get those out of the movie news because we don't have a ton of movie news this week, Cash. It's
There
been a
is-
relatively slow week.
Well, you just feel everyone's gearing up for that old
Oscar season.
award season. People are looking for them Oscars, looking for them BAFTAs, looking for all the awards.
Definitely.
So right now it's everyone kind of laying low till shit starts popping off. Then everyone's gonna be out there doing interviews. We're gonna have all kinds of news. People are gonna go crazy. People aren't gonna be on for Oscars. They're gonna go nuts. But we have some things.
We do. We have a few things today.
Besides our
We'll-
big
that we'll run
news,
through.
besides our big news of hitting 100 subscribers, which
Which is awesome.
which you might want to just shut it off right after that because that's the biggest news you're going to hear
That's the
this
biggest,
week.
yeah, that is the biggest news.
Unless something
unfortunately.
crazy happens, which is very possible. That's the biggest news you're gonna see. But I think the bigger, or the slightly less big.
Oh, yeah,
news
let's leave with
besides
this.
is of course Joker wins the Golden Lion at the Venice Film Festival.
Which, if you don't know what the Golden Lion is, it is the top prize in Venice.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's got to be. I mean, they're not giving Golden Lions out to second place.
No, that'd be the silver tiger is what they're handing out. So
Or the copper. I'm thinking
the
of
copper jaguar,
Think of a lesser cat.
Yeah.
The copper house cat.
copper cheetah. There we go.
Cheetahs are awesome though.
I know, but they're lesser. A lion will fuck up a cheetah. Cheetahs are small. You can have cheetahs as pets,
I don't think lions ever kill cheetahs.
but they could.
If you got one like caged,
Yeah.
because there's no way a lion's tracking
That's
down a
true.
cheetah.
And I don't
They
want
run
to get into
60
the
mile-
whole debate of a grizzly bear versus a gorilla. I don't, but
Yeah.
I really think the bear would win.
Really?
do.
Really? I don't think so, man. I just think gorillas are so much smarter and they can
But
adapt
a
to
grizzly
fighting.
is like 600 pounds heavier.
Yeah,
Because gorillas, even a big one's only like 350, 400 pounds. A grizzly bear can get up to a 1,000.
I know, but that grizzly's really just got to hit those claws up.
He does.
That gorilla
It's
could grab you and just choke
Yeah,
that
that's very
grizzly to
true.
death.
If it had the capability of doing it.
Absolutely. Oh, absolutely. And I don't doubt they did those. They raise humans. Have you seen the zoo pictures of kids getting dropped in the gorilla cage?
I
Besides
have.
Harambe.
Don't bring up Harambe. It still hurts.
Do not.
It's too soon, man. May he rest
The
in peace.
wound is still fresh. We all agree.
It is.
We don't want to talk about it.
My
but,
gamer tag on Xbox when I had it back in the day was Justice for Harambe.
and he never got justice.
He never got justice.
Again, how you gonna kill a gorilla for being a gorilla?
I know, man.
He's just doing gorilla shit.
He's just monkeying around.
Yeah.
I don't see what the big deal
well,
was.
they're not monkeys. That's very offensive to gorillas.
To gorillas, it is offensive.
Yeah.
Yes.
If we have
I
any
should-
gorilla
I should
listeners-
watch my T's and dot my
You
I's,
should,
know,
because,
cross them or whatever. Yeah, we should break this news too because we haven't broken it yet. It is a little bit older news. However, we have not had a movie news in about a week and a half. So this is kind of breaking on the podcast. Did you hear about Kevin Hart getting in a car accident?
Yeah,
right
we
after
didn't
his
talk about
40th
that.
Birthday?
Of course I did. Yeah.
So
pretty bad
a
accident.
pretty bad accident. He had 3 fractures in his spine, and they're saying that it's going to take months for Kevin Hart to fully recover. He also has films in the work. Now, he just finished 2 of his movies, one of those being Jumanji: The Next Level, and then he finished Fatherhood as well. But he's got a few projects that have been in the works for a while, like My Own Worst Enemy that he's supposed to star in. This was slated all the way back in January of 2018. This movie's going to probably be pushed out another year, or they might just have to find a new star in order to replace Kevin.
Which is probably what they'll end up doing.
Right. But and we all know how fucking busy Kevin Hart is. This has got to be killing him.
Yeah,
being
that
in a
sucks,
recovery bed because he's go all the time, nonstop.
Oh yeah, he's the Rock of much smaller people.
Right.
He's he's a workaholic. That's terrible. Yeah, that sucks. But I heard he's going to make a full recovery.
He will make a full recovery. It's just going to be months of obviously
rehab.
Rehab. His back's in a lot of pain.
It's pretty much. Well, it's not as bad as what Tracy Morgan, because I remember when Tracy Morgan got in that really fucking bad wreck and almost died. But of course he made actually I don't know if Tracy Morgan made a full recovery. I think he still kind of walks funny. But it's terrible, man. At least he didn't. At least it wasn't a headline of him dying, because that's what he usually. God. If you hear car crash and actor, it's
never good.
It's
you
almost
look at Paul Walker. You look at Jackass.
Yeah. You look at anyone.
What was his name?
James Dean. He's done. He got in a car crash.
Yeah, he did.
A lot of actors have gone in car wrecks and died. Yeah, unfortunately. Ryan Dunn.
There we go. Yeah.
It's terrible, man. But I heard he's gonna make full. And I saw The Rock posted something on his Instagram.
He couldn't help but make fun of him a little bit. He goes, "Yeah, he was fully fastened in his car seat," and he's like, "Okay, no, I'm just kidding, guys, but seriously."
That's hilarious.
I thought that was funny too.
To go back to TIFF, Toronto Film Festival, because it just happened, Judy, the new movie starring Renee Zellweger, the biopic about Judy Garland, got only a 3-minute standing ovation. Yeah.
Only 3.
Get that shit.
I
don't even get out of bed unless it's a 4-minute standing ovation. You're not going to see me in that theater. No. 3 minutes? Shit.
It's not worth it.
Could have been a commercial.
Stand up for 28 minutes at a time.
The Joker got an 8-minute.
Exactly. So it's double the movie this is.
But everyone's saying it's just amazing and that she is early Oscar attention for Best Actress. Yeah.
Okay.
It's going to be depressing. If you know anything about Julie Garland's life, she did Wizard of Oz. She had a horribly depressing life.
I did not know that.
Oh, go read her Wikipedia. She was molested by every producer, everyone. On Wizard of Oz, everyone treated her like shit. Treated her horrible.
Really?
The only one that was nice to her was the lady, I can't remember the lady's name, but she plays the witch. She was the only one that was nice to her. Because everyone was so mad that she was getting paid more than all the men. So the guy who played the Scarecrow, the guy who played Tin Man, the Lion, they all treated her like shit. Horrible.
She died young, too. She died at 47 years old and 69.
She has a horribly depressing life. Yeah, you should go. It's going to be a depressing movie.
Wow. That's sad, man.
I know. It's horrible.
I didn't know that about Judy Garland.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know she was molested and stuff. That's
you can almost count on any actress from the 50s.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, I love that period in film because some of the best film, but it's a horrible time for human rights. Mm-hmm. Just especially if you're a woman.
Yeah.
Especially if you're a woman making more than a man. They do in the 50s. They did not like seeing.
Well, even in the 60s and 70s.
Yeah, I mean, even up to the 80s and 90s, we can probably argue that.
I know someone who was in a horror film back then who was treated very bad, and who was a lady.
Oh yeah.
Even back then, and actually quit because of it, because the sexual harassment and stuff was so bad back then.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's horrible, man. But the movie's supposed to be amazing, and it's been long overdue that we've needed a Julie Garland biopic.
Yeah.
But Renee Zellweger, apparently she crushed it. Have you seen the trailer for it yet?
I have not.
The trailer looks amazing. It looks really good. It's gonna be fucking depressing though. What else you got for me?
For me, well, do we want to jump? I'll just jump to this real quick, just because it's kind of funny. So Tom Holland and Mark Ruffalo are the two worst in spoiling Avengers stuff.
Yes.
Or anything revolving the MCU.
I do know that.
Well,
Tom Holland especially.
Tom Holland came out and said that, whoa, I do not take the cake for this. He goes, Mark Ruffalo is still the worst at spoiling. If you look at the track record, he is the worst. He goes,
what's the track record?
He said he streamed 20 minutes of Thor Ragnarok live without even noticing that he was. He goes,
I don't remember
didn't do
that.
anything about that. I do. You don't remember that? That was a huge deal back
I don't remember
then.
that, no.
He streamed
That
the
was a long
first
time
20
ago, though.
minutes of it. Granted, he wasn't... The
Yeah.
camera wasn't watching it, but you could hear the first 20 minutes of the film. It was actually a big deal. But yeah, so he says that his slip-ups compared to Mark Ruffalo's are far and away in between. So, and it's just a little funny news. Again, I don't have a lot of hard-hitting news
I'm sure
this
Mark
week,
Ruffalo would
so
probably disagree.
I would
said,
say
fuck
so.
that. Tom Holland sucks. He's like,
Maybe we have a
what
Spider-Man
was the big one that
versus
Tom
Hulk
Holland? Yeah, I feel like they gave way more information to Tom Holland than they did
Mark Ruffalo.
Mark Ruffalo didn't have a huge part, so I can't. But yeah, I mean, I don't know, because didn't Disney make it very clear that like they can't tell Tom Holland anything?
Yes.
Didn't they?
That they didn't even tell him the script. Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure Mark Ruffalo.
He's like, oh, I'm in space one day.
I'm pretty sure Mark Ruffalo's getting the full script.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they're not too worried about that. But
I'll never forget that one spoiler Tom Holland had. It was so funny because he's just sitting in the chair, and this is like
what
a day
was it? I
after
can't
came
remember
out.
what he spoiled. It was
And-
something huge.
Yeah, it was something huge. He was like, "Oh yeah, it was so great." And then Spider-Man's up in space and he's fighting around, and they go, "Oh, Spider-Man's in space?" And he goes,
Oh yeah.
I just said that, didn't I?" He goes, "Yeah." Oh no! And then he gets like he realizes that he totally screwed up.
You just gotta roll, man. That's where the improv comes. You gotta be like,
But as an actor, knowing that these interviewers are trying to get questions out of you, I would just keep all my answers vague.
exactly. I know.
Like, yeah, I really liked.
That's
way
the thing
that
is
I
he's
took
so excited about it.
Spider-Man.
He wants to go in so
wants
much
to tell the
detail.
world, yeah.
Which seasoned actors you could tell just leave it
Very
I mean, look
vague
at
and-
Mark Hamill or Harrison Ford or anyone. They're just one word answers if
Mm-hmm.
anything, which doesn't give a great interview. But
How was your time on set playing Luke Skywalker? It was nice.
yeah. How was
really?
how
How
was it
so?
like playing Solo? I mean, he's
Yeah. I still hate that role. I still hate fucking Han Solo. I like Indiana
I
Jones.
just want to
though.
be Indiana Jones.
Yeah, I just wanna
Get the
be
fuck
Indiana.
away from me.
When are we making that fucking movie? It's been 6 years.
So weird that he likes that role so much more
And he hates
because
Han
they're
Solo.
basically the
It's
same role.
weird. Yeah.
Han Solo is basically Indiana
It
Jones
is.
in
It's
space.
just with a whip instead of a laser gun.
Yeah, so I really don't. Weird guy. I mean, he just wants to fly planes, play Indiana Jones. Why
so.
should we take that away from him? What about this? This is pretty big news that I thought it was a big deal. This Sunday, a short film is starring on FX, and it's a Jurassic World short film. It's called Battle at Big Rock. Do you know what Big Rock is?
The Big Rock, where the dinosaurs are, the Big Island. Right?
No.
Oh, okay.
Big Rock is the state park in the United States where they were at the very end of the
Yeah, where all the dinosaurs
I
were
remember
released.
my idea. I was like, man, it would be awesome. If they just did a straight up horror film where it's just like joggers in this state park and they're being. I am almost guaranteed.
This is what it is,
Big
yeah.
Rock is the state park, and but it's awesome. We're getting a short film. I guess it's to get people excited for.
Now, is this like Universal backed, or is this like some indie person just making a knockoff short film, or is this like licensed Jurassic World?
It's being released on FX, which
Okay, then
and
it's
it's being directed by Colin Trevorrow, who directed the first Jurassic World.
Oh, okay,
The
then
good
it's
Jurassic.
totally- it's
So-
totally
Oh, it's
legit
totally
then.
legit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's full, and I think it's gonna be amazing because it's only gonna be a short film, and we're not gonna get the shitty story that they always try. I think it's gonna be just straight up, hopefully, dinosaurs killing people.
Exactly.
What we love.
Which is what we love to see.
It's all we want.
That's what
It's
the people
simple.
want.
It's a simple
Give
recipe.
us what we want. Don't give us this bullshit story about dinosaurs with laser guns on their head shooting people.
And what's her
Like,
nuts,
stop it.
Claire, running full speed in high heels trying to save dinosaurs of a island that's erupting for some reason now?
Why would
too much.
Why would you even put dinosaurs? It's a multi-billion-dollar company. Why would you even put them on an island that could potentially blow up and
Yes.
you lose all your equity, all your money? Why would you do that? It's stupid.
It doesn't make any sense, but I'm happy because it's Colin Trevorrow who did the first Jurassic World,
Yes.
which we thought was both
Which I thought it was
decent.
really good. Yeah,
it was good.
I mean,
exactly.
I thought it was a good one.
It had its
but the
faults.
second one was awful.
The second one, they replaced him
Yes, they did with a different director.
with a different director, and it was horrible. But for the third,
I think that was the biggest disappointment of 2018 for me.
Oh.
Was that Fallen Kingdom? That was
Yeah.
so bad.
It was.
It was so bad. That whole time I was.
Well, the
watching
biggest
this, I'm like,
disappointment
I don't even
was-
want to be here.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. It was bad. You're right. But there's hope because it's the original director, and it's pretty.
And he's
cool.
directing the third one, correct?
He's directing the third one.
Yes.
Absolutely, yeah. So he's getting, and it comes out this Sunday. They just released this. I hope it's at least like 20 minutes long.
So do I. A nice episodic.
But apparently it's supposed to get ready for the movie for the newest Jurassic World 3 or whatever. That's not coming out
come
for
out until like two
or 3 years.
Yeah, 2022 or 2021.
But I really wish films did this more where they incorporate television into films also.
Yes.
Like what Disney is about to revamp Marvel with what they're about to do with linking all the Disney direct stuff, the television, with their movies.
Yep.
That's going to revamp them. I always wish people have done that. But it's always been like a war against movie and television. It's always been like two separate things that they never want to dive into. Mm-hmm. Movie people think less of television people. Television people think less of movie people.
That's how the industry works.
It's
kind of two different
odd.
machines.
It is, but they're but at the end of the day,
same banner.
But at the end of the day, they're doing the same thing. They're each
yeah.
trying to tell a story. They're just doing it in different mediums. But it's always been like, I don't know. But I think this is awesome.
Yeah, for Jurassic World 3, too, because you said this is kind of the teaser for it. The official release date I just looked up is June 11th, 2021. So we're still, a year and a half out?
Yeah.
Yeah, a year and a half out.
A long time.
Almost 2
They
years.
might not even be done filming.
No, I don't even think they've started filming.
That might be pushed back, honestly, because that's a long time anyways. That's a really, but still, hopefully we can get one last good one before that's the end of it. I think we're not going to get another Jurassic Park for a while.
Probably not.
They just they just changed the Jurassic Park ride at Universal Studios to Jurassic World.
And I watched through the whole video, and it looks almost identical except the very beginning.
Yeah, and they made they have like TVs.
Yeah, the
some
3D
effects,
thing
yeah.
with the giant
the water and whatnot.
water.
Still looks awesome.
Yeah, it looks cool. Yeah.
I've always loved that ride.
So I have some Todd Phillips news, which is the director of The Joker, coming out October 4th. So I don't know if you knew this. If you did, sorry, but this is for the audience too. Did you know that Todd Phillips had to literally beg Joaquin Phoenix to play Joker?
Of course, if you look at anything Joaquin Phoenix has done, why would he want to do this role?
Yeah. Well, Todd Phillips, this is what he said. I was going to his house basically begging him to do the movie. I go, so I keep coming up here every day. At some point, you got to say, are you in or out? And he said, that's not how you do it. So Joaquin Phoenix, he's showing up to his house every day and he's like, bro, this is not how you get me to be in your role. And inevitably, he goes, and this is the second thing Todd Phillips says. He goes, quote, I always say he never really signed on to the movie. One day he just showed up at a wardrobe fitting. So he never signed on.
That's Joaquin, man. He's on his own time.
Up.
He's on his own time, He knows what he has. He has a gift for sure, but
a true,
he's very
undeniable gift.
And he's an odd guy. He's an odd duck for sure. But of course, any artist is, I guess. But yeah, that's hilarious. He just showed up. All right, I'm gonna do this now. Okay. Fire that other guy we hired.
Yeah. That was probably the first real role that guy got. He was all excited. He's like, man, this is gonna change my life.
Yeah.
And then they're like,
sorry, Joaquin.
Sorry, bro.
That's the one guy you didn't want walking into that door is
Joaquin Phoenix. If I would have saw him walk out, I wouldn't have even signed out of the little sheet.
You gotta imagine that's just Joaquin does now. Is he hears movies are about to start filming, and he'll just walk on.
He'll just show up and be like, I want to play this. And who's gonna say no to him? Who's going to say no to
It could be
Joaquin
Star
Phoenix?
Wars.
Yes.
It could be a sequel to a movie, and they're going to replace the original guy with Joaquin. I'm sorry. He has.
Sorry, boss. This is always. It's Joaquin.
It's the Joaquin role. Everyone knows. Everyone in Hollywood knows it. He just likes a film that he thinks is going to be good, and he just shows up and says, "Hey, make me the goddamn star." And I'm fine with it. As a director, you see Joaquin just stumbling in, probably drunk or something. I don't know what he's doing. He just looks.
Maybe sometimes.
Rarely, I know he used to have a drink, but he always looks like just right off the streets. He always has a big beard. He's always. But as a director, you see him stumble onto your set. You gotta be thinking, oh fuck yeah, this movie just went from that level to now it's probably gonna be Oscar nominated for something.
Yeah.
But of course, what I've heard is the script was amazing for the Joker. So I'm surprised he just didn't get him. Of course, getting Joaquin to just read the script to Joker was probably difficult in itself.
Definitely. Well, yeah, because imagine how many people send him a script and pitch ideas to him and want to be in his film.
Yeah.
He's got to have some sort of person to go through those. to look at him.
Well, he only does films that he loves. I mean, especially nowadays. Maybe back when he was a kid, he obviously didn't. But nowadays, when he can do anything, he only does films that he really thinks are. I think
Passion projects for him.
Did you see this?
Yeah, the new poster for Terminator Dark Fate.
If you don't know,
Arnold Schwarzenegger stars in it?
if you don't know, Arnold is heavily involved in the Reddit community.
Is he really?
He posted that. That's his profile right there.
Oh, that's hilarious. Yeah, it is.
Gov Schwarzenegger.
Gov Schwarzenegger. Yeah, you got to change
Because you see the
now.
title? My character poster for Terminator Dark Fate.
Oh, wow. Him. Wow, the man himself.
I know when I
loves
first
Reddit.
saw that, I'm thinking, I thought someone just made a character poster. I'm like, because to be honest, the poster doesn't look great.
It looks pretty plain.
I mean, it looks kind of
It
cheesy
kind of looks
to
like
me.
all
That's
the
like
other
typical-
Terminator
yeah.
posters, from
Just
the 80s.
but of course, these are just character posters, so it's not the poster for the movie. It's
No.
just shit they put in magazines and stuff. But yeah, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, looks good. I
He
mean, it's
is-
him holding a giant gun.
And it's crazy. He'll just randomly comment on people's posts, and then everyone will start upvoting and freaking out because it's
That's
him.
because it's Arnold Schwarzenegger.
But
himself.
he is super. He does Reddit Secret Santa, which is a thing you just sign up and you get randomly paired, and people will be randomly paired with Arnold.
That's so
And last
cool.
year he did a hand drawing of a cat, and he signed it. He's a horrible
Terrible
artist.
job. Oh,
He's a
yeah.
horrible.
You know, I got to meet that man. I got to shake his hand.
You did?
Yes, as a 10-year-old, his son was in Benchwarmers.
Oh yeah, you
Showed up to
told
the
me
premiere.
that. Did he crush your hand?
He goes, "I am the governor." Because at the time he was, I think at the time he was the governor of California back then. I believe so. I could be wrong.
No, it's
But yeah,
probably
it was right around that time.
It's
it was right around
that
that time,
yeah.
nonetheless. But
Well,
yeah, it
what
was
year do
really
you think
cool.
Benchwarmers came out? 2005.
Dude, I don't remember.
5?
2006.
Wow, what a guess.
Yeah, 2006. Yep.
Yeah, so I think he was governor right around 2008.
Oh, okay. So it was right before he decided to run. He might have been running at the time. when
Well,
he-
it was at that time when he wasn't doing movies anymore, and he was just doing political stuff. Because he stopped for a while. I mean, obviously he stopped when he was the governor.
the governor.
You have to stop. But
He's 72 years old. Can you believe that?
hell yeah, I can. He's in great
That's-
shape though.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah, so he started. Oh no, his first term was in 2003.
Oh yeah, so he was governor.
So he was governor. back
So
then.
you literally met the governor of California.
I did.
And Arnold Schwarzenegger,
Arnold
the
Schwarzenegger,
same day.
and yeah, it was kind of cool. It's pretty.
And
cool.
as a 10-year-old, you're probably like, oh well.
I just knew him from the Terminator.
Yeah,
back
so
then.
you probably thought that
I
was
was just
gonna-
like, oh my god, that's the Terminator.
That was when he's in pretty good shape too.
It was. Well, he's still in good shape for
Yeah.
72. He'll be in hell of a lot better shape than I am at 72. I give you that.
Well, that's if you're.
He's in a
unless you're
better
getting-
shape than I am now. and
Unless
I'm
you're getting
25, so I
paid.
mean-
Unless you're getting paid to be in good
That's
shape
very
like he
true.
is.
Yeah.
Then I'm sure.
Then I would
you're
be in
probably-
shape all the time because I actually like that, but
Yeah.
I just don't have time to fucking lift 3 hours a day.
Yeah. Well, what do you got? Any other movie news for us?
I do. Did you hear about this? Because this was fascinating to me. One of the earliest drafts of The Return of the Jedi, which is episode 6. For people who don't know, because you might get it confused with The Last Jedi. But the Return of the Jedi, did you know originally, in the original spec script, that George Lucas had Obi-Wan Kenobi and Yoda's Force Ghosts helping fight against Vader, or excuse me, against the Emperor when Luke was fighting him in that final battle scene, that they were going to use like a Force hover around him, but they had limited power because they were Force ghosts and the Empire knew it.
Yeah.
I read this article all the way through, and it was super cool to read through because I'm like, damn, dude, a rough draft had like the Force ghosts actually being a part of the Force universe.
Well, yeah, we have to imagine that a common thing that they say is only 25% of what George Lucas wanted they allowed into the film because he wanted so much more. And I'm
No, but this is the original series.
oh
Episode 6. The
oh this is
Return
episode
of the
6. Oh
Jedi.
yeah, you're right. Yeah,
Return of the Jedi. Yeah, so this is 81. But yeah, I guess they took out a few things and made a few adjustments and inevitably went down with the whole throwing Empire down or Emperor.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm
Palpatine
talking about.
through
That's when George Lucas was writing them. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. They only put 25% of his in those ones.
Yeah, and even in the original.
Yeah, yeah. His
A New
editor.
Hope was his though, because
Yeah.
they had to piece that together themselves.
Yeah, but
They went double over their budget for that.
yeah, but they had to take out a lot of the shit that he fucking wanted in there.
They were scared it was going to be a terrible movie.
Those movies only worked if you hear George Lucas or his editor, which I can't remember her name. She's super famous, but she's just as influential person because those films would have been a wreck if George Lucas. We've seen what George Lucas does at the helm.
Well, and not only that, but we have to look at how significant John Williams was in composing some of the best music of all time for a movie.
Yeah,
I mean, you really look through it. And not to toot my own horn, I cannot wait. This Sunday, the Organ Symphony, Empire Strikes Back. I will be there live, get a witness.
You're going to it?
Yes, I went to A New Hope last year. I'm going to Empire Strikes Back this year. Dude, it is the
I wanted to go
experience.
I wanted to go when they were going to when they were doing Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
I really wanted to do. I know I've never been to one of those, and they do them all the time.
They're amazing.
Another one I really wanted to do was they were doing Nightmare Before Christmas, which I think they do quite a bit, but I really wanted to go and do that.
That would be a
those
fun
are all,
one, too.
Anyone that has a really good score. They do Harry Potter all the time.
They do
which,
Harry
of course,
Potter.
does a really
They do
good
Star
score.
Wars.
Yeah.
They do.
They do a lot
What's
of
the
them.
other trilogy? Yeah, Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings is another one they do.
Yeah,
They do
that's
a few
awesome,
of them. It's really cool, man. I love it.
I got some related. I got Star Wars news.
Cool. Let's bring it up.
Which is kind of scary, to be honest. This is the scariest headline you're probably going to read. Last Jedi, not Return of the Jedi, but Ryan
Last
Johnson
Jedi, yes, Episode 8.
was disappointed by Empire Strikes Back when he first saw it. That's not comforting to me.
No,
Because Empire
because
Strikes
that
Back
is
is
the-
arguably the greatest Star Wars film ever created.
No, it's not arguably. It is the greatest film out of all the Star Wars films.
Yeah.
I love Empire Strikes
No,
Back.
it's the
It is my
it's the
favorite.
best. Yeah, I mean it has
all time.
everything you want. It's the darkest one.
Yep.
It's got the most action.
It has different elements.
It's
It
got
shows
very
you
little
Hoth, which
Ewoks.
Hoth,
Yeah.
Hoth is a dope planet.
Yeah, it's fucking
Yeah.
amazing. It's got Luke climbing inside a tauntaun and living in it.
I mean, what's more gangster than that? That's metal.
yeah,
man.
but Ryan Johnson apparently said he was disappointed when he first saw.
You know, I saw this headline too. I was very, very shocked to read that.
Yeah, is that not?
You know, Ryan Johnson gets a lot of shit for The Last Jedi.
And this
I
doesn't
really-
help. This doesn't help.
It doesn't help. No, he might even be just leaning into the trolls,
He honestly, yeah. Because why even come out and say this?
unless you're trying to stay in the news, which is what he might be doing.
I don't think. I mean, he's got plenty of stuff going on. To be honest,
Oh yeah, no, he's got that movie called Knives Out coming out.
which looks
And,
good.
With Daniel Craig, and that's actually another movie news that I had that Ryan Johnson, and I'm glad we brought him up in general, but he said that he had one of the funnest times ever working on Knives Out, and that he doesn't normally think of sequels or anything, but with Daniel Craig, he wants to go the Agatha Christie route, which if you don't know who that is, she was a playwright back in the 30s and 20s, and did And Then There Were None, all these famous playwrights. But what he wants to do is do the same thing with Daniel Craig.
Pretty much, yeah.
Where it's a different movie, it's a complete different atmosphere and everying, just with the same actor.
I know, but how do you do a whodunit twice? Like, what are the odds?
But a detective,
yeah, but
the
not.
Orient Express. What's that? That film where it's like
Yeah.
a murder mystery.
It's a whodunit. Yeah, that's what they are. Clue.
You could just
it's
do
the exact same thing.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Just do it in a different setting every single time, a complete different area. One on a train, one on a plane, one on a whatever.
I know, but it starts becoming unrealistic.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
But I think
you
on
get-
a
I think you
plane.
can get away
That's gotta be a
with
long
two-
plane ride for one.
It could be, but I think you get away with two different Knives Out. where
Yeah,
you
but
could go two
why
different
is
settings.
Daniel Craig always the one who's called in for these whodunit? I mean, it's got to be in the same area.
He
Right?
just might play
Unless maybe
just a fantastic
And
detective,
I
my
also
guess.
kind of don't like because now we know that Daniel Craig is not
dead
the
or
culprit.
dies.
Yeah, or
or
is not the guy who murdered. So
Correct.
that's kind of. But maybe it's like. Maybe that's obvious very early on that he wasn't involved at all. But from the trailer, it made it seem like he could possibly be the guy behind it all. I guess
It
now
did.
that's not the case.
No, definitely not the case. So someone else
Ryan
is the
Johnson,
murderer.
you
Thanks
fool.
a lot.
Yeah.
Or it could be a misdirection. Maybe he never had intentions for a sequel, and Daniel Craig actually is the villain, and he's been duping people this whole time.
No.
Maybe the Empire thing was just so he could get in the news.
No.
So that way the second one could be, this is a giant conspiracy. It's on Have You Seen
That's
a Podcast?
Ryan Johnson.
This is a possibility.
That's
folks.
Ryan Johnson playing 8D chess while we're all playing Chinese checkers.
Checkers, yeah, exactly.
He's
But
eight
you know
moves
what?
ahead of us.